All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Peace in the wilderness with Ahaya, Ahaya. Again, peace in the wilderness with Ahaya, Ahaya. Today we come with a mess. It's not so much as a message, but it's like time to talk. Let me put that in here. Time to talk. It's so much we could really talk about. There is so much we could really talk about today, and we're going to do just that. We're going to talk about a little here, a little there, a little everywhere, things about everywhere. If you have any questions, you have any answers, you have any dreams, you have any vision, or you have something to bring to the live chat that you would like to discuss. It is time to what? Talk. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. Time to talk. I would like to say that I did look into the information you gave me yesterday, and I found out and learned a lot of things, but it wasn't something that I didn't already know. It was exactly what I mentioned it was. See, here we are. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. Here we are in the United Snakes of America. Okay. And it's so much they have taught us and they have told us, and we have believed all that, all those lies, everything. And it's such a wonderful day, I would say, to know that most of it was 100% lies. Yes, but what I think you don't understand, because you're in Canada, I believe, and you're thinking that's something they taught you probably ever since you've been there. And whatever they taught you and whatever you believe, let me tell you, the Most High Himself probably wouldn't be able to come down and discuss it with you, because when it's rooted in you, the understanding that they sold you, no one would be able to tell you nothing any different than what they sold you. First and foremost, British also is on there. Uh, we do know British was also a big role in the Atlanta slave trade, along with many other countries. But we know British played a big role. Matter of fact, British have a lot of things that they took from where we once reside, and it's in their science and not in their science, but in their museums. So, what I believe you don't understand is what that whole thing deals with, and I think that's what is kind of sad, because I think anytime one can believe what has been sold to them throughout their whole life, and there's nothing that can be said to change that, then I don't even think the Most High want anything to be said no more than what one believes. It is a very high level power that rules the country, and all they're saying is, over there where you at, it's one of the stomping grounds. That's all that's letting you know. It's one of the demonic stomping grounds. Okay, that logo I gave you, I think if you go back and you look, you see two there in the corner. Then and I think that was in 18 something. Now they switched it to three. That's when other country tags along. They add another part of it. So if you look at it from when it first started, then you look at it where it's at now, you see they have other things in there, even when it came down to the lions. It wasn't that many, but now today there is. You have to understand what would prompt them to change it from the 1800s all the way up until now. Why has it changed? Because that's what the power that bees, that's what they do. That's what they're good at. They rule the four corners. And it's nothing about what that leads me to believe that there's nothing about Canada that's good. Zip. Because when I went in and I seen all these other countries that played a role in a lot of darkness on this earth. I'm talking about on the earth. When I saw that, that told me all I need to know. And it just, I left it right there. That told me all. So you have to understand what you see. I mean, and they used Canada. They took advantage of that land, and but what they did is they took advantage of it. No, they didn't take advantage. They just claimed it, just like the United States. This wasn't the United States land. This wasn't their land, but they killed, steal, and destroy women and children and all by great thousands just to get this land and claim it to be theirs. So I think over in Canada is where a lot of it, a lot of them feel that they could be content with hiding certain things because a person wouldn't know that over in Canada, yes, it's a lot of stuff they're doing over there, and they have done, and that's why United States kept them close by, and it's connected to British, and I think it's what is it? The King Charles, I believe, plays a big role. You know that if you know what all that is, you got to see the Pope up in there. All of that is British and all that. That's Pope. You know, that's all that stuff is deep. And if like those two things that one I showed you, that means that's a level of demonic power. Okay, that's their logo. That's their logo. Okay, and when you look in the Bible and it speaks of the goat, we know the goat is those who go into the lake of hell. Oh, I found a whole. Oh, let me get my phone. I found a whole bunch of things in that. Let me pull it up. Let me pull that up. See, you have to do your study on British. So right, British and France, you are 100. Yes, yes, exactly. You're right. It's connected to. Now, when you look at here, this is what you see. Okay, this is what you see. Oh my! Now, I want y'all to see the thing that I drew on the piece of paper. Where is it at? There they are. I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it closer. My drawing wasn't that good, but I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it closer. Now, what I'm trying to say is this is the power that rules darkness on this earth. This is their power, this is their logo. It won't even let me do. Oh wow, it won't even let me do it. Wow. And yet there go the name. Wait a minute. There go the name. You see? Queen Victoria back in 1863. But this is the name of I believe that whole flat, that whole whatever they call it. But let me do that. Let me see if I can do it this way. There go the logos right there. That's the same drawing I drew yesterday for you. They got 3 of them right there. If you only knew what they really mean, it will blow your mind. It would blow your mind what that logo really means. Because I'm telling you, it's everywhere. I'm not talking about just here in the United States. I'm talking about everywhere, all over the world. Because people haven't really gripped the power that be. It has to fall under the Roman Catholic. All you do is go to Google and says Roman Catholic in China, and they'll show you how many. Roman Catholic in Russia, Roman Catholic in Italy, France, British, German. And when you finish, put it for United States. And when you finish, you're going to see that Roman Catholic rules. That's their logo to let one knows. No, we are the power, and that's our logo. Right now, in this day and time, people, they have no shame. None what they said, none whatsoever. They have no shame. They're not ashamed to tell the truth. In this day and time, no, they're not. They don't care about the truth. They're not ashamed of it. It don't bother them to. And I noticed that too with Bill Gates and all of them. Now they just got it all hanging out. Elon Musk, all of them, they just telling everything. They was just talking about how a group of a lot of them from China they let in the other day across the border, and they came, all of them that came in, they said have this disease. They came in with where it's a disease they brought in, but it doesn't have any way of being cured, you see. But they was trying to figure out, well, why would China send them people over here on the through the border, knowing that these people got this disease. I'm telling you, I just, one thing about the Most High Yah, I like how he keeps silent. He just letting what his will have already said just step in all kind of ways. And it's everything, it's just plain, y'all. It's just plainly seen. It's just the hearts of people don't want to see it for what it is. Mm-hmm. Yep. So British do own the land. Now, when you key up British, you find out all the darkness behind them. You say, "Wow, I didn't know all that." Yes, yes, yes. It's a lot of darkness. That's a wonderful thing. Yes, ma'am. I know that's right. Hmm. And the reason why he do that, because he wants you for himself. The Most High will pull you away. Remember, like he did Abraham. He told him to come from out of his country, come from amongst his kin, and get out of his father's house. See, he said, you know, get out of here, get away from them. You know, what is that? Is it a okay type of cross? I'm kind of lost, babe. I'm kind of lost. When you said type of cross, uh, can you give me more of what you're saying? The symbol where? Uh, on that picture I just had. Because I think it was on the second one. Okay, let me see here. Nope, it's not a cross. Mm-mm. No, it's not a cross. No, not at all. Nope. It's not a cross at all. But the strange thing, it's a lot of strange thing about it. It deals with the fall, the fall weather. It deals with it because the leaves that it has on it is of the fall weather. This is very demonic, very. Let me know if anyone have any questions. Yeah, they took over that back in Council of the Government. Yeah, they took over it in 1939, but um, Queen Victoria, she started. Uh, she played, I guess, the big role of in the beginning in May of 1868. But no, it's no cross on that. But when I see that logo, I automatically know, So that's how I learned who the power was. See, you really don't know who the power is until the spirit be showing you did this. And then you see this logo and you notice this logo takes you a mighty long ways as far as it goes way back. And you know what? No one in this country outside of the Roman Catholics knows or have no idea it's the symbol of the darkness of power. That's what it is. Yep, the symbol had no cross on it. Let me tell you another thing. Remember that sign they used also for Louisiana for the Saints? The team, the Saints. Is that when you became separated from them? I thought it says 36. It might have been. Okay. Oh, okay. But they separating and having being the power over that land, over that country is uh it's the darkness that's over it. Just like I was saying, they'll tell you that okay, there's um, a 500,000 to 1,000,000, or might say 1,000,000 or two Roman Catholic in China. You see, what are they doing over there? We know, okay, you can say Russia because those are Europeans pretty much. But you wonder a large number. In every continent and country you put up there, even down in Africa, the Roman Catholic rule. So you see all of these all over, and you try to figure out these people must be mighty power. They are. They are the power of darkness. Yeah, they'll let you have your own flag. United Snakes right now. They so proud of their United Snakes flags, and they don't even know what the kingdom got for this country for its wicked and evil. See, that's what I'm saying. You can have your own flag. They'll give you whatever you want to make it look like, it's a place that people trust in, want to live, and this is their land or their country or their city, their state. But it ain't no good in it. Ain't no good. Good can't be found in it outside of those that are good, the people. But the power that bees, they rule it, baby. Anybody else have any other questions or even answers around about now? And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I already knew it, and I really did want to make videos regarding it, but I said I was going to leave it alone because you really can't say very much to the people who think they got it going on. So I just pulled away. That's why I said, if I was to get land, if y'all blessed me with land, I would go and get enough land, not enough to make somebody think I got something, but just enough to, kind of build tiny houses and, not, I would want, to grow. I would, no doubt, I would want to deal with that, the growing of food, but for as the cattle and everything, because what I see coming, they're going to start really doing a lot of things to people who have farms and homesteads that's raising their own cattle, that's raising their own chickens and stuff. They already started on them, y'all. They already own them, telling them now they got to get chipped. All the animals are going to have to get chipped, and they need to know where each animal goes. So they're not going to be able to just take, okay, let me take 10 to the slaughter, or let me sell 5 of them to the auction. No, they're not. The government is trying to get full control over the people who are homesteading, like far out in the woods and out on land. And I said this happened probably about a year, a little longer than a year, when he said they're going to be after them. And if they think that they're not going to be touched, he said, even if they have to come from the air to pollute their crop and bring something down to make their animals sick, they coming after them. Keep them from moving forward in anything. See, they're going to have their T's crossed, you guys. They're going to have their I's dotted. The name of the symbol. She said it yesterday. There it is. What was it? What's the name of the symbol? Let me go back to my phone. The name of that symbol. There it is. No, the name is in Canada. The name of the symbol. Let me look on mine. Okay. Let me give it to you. Oh, I think I spelled it wrong. Or did I? Yep, there it is. I spelled it kind of crazy. Maple leaf. That's what that leaf represent. The maple, like they specialize in like maple. Okay. Because it's like a fall leaf. So yep, that's about what you would call a maple leaf would be fall, wouldn't it? Yep, sure would. Sure would. A maple leaf. Yep. Because let me show it to you. Fondly leaf. What was that, Wayne? Oh, that's not the symbol. Well, can you put up the symbol? The name of the symbol? It's not goat. What is the name of that symbol? That's what it has. That's what it says on here. They're known for their maple syrup. Yeah, when I was doing the study, that's what I found out. Yes, they are. That's right. But you remember I just asked, what was that? I'll show it to you. Let me show you what I was talking about. It's almost like something that got to do with fall. I don't know why I'm on this. There it is. You see the fall leaf? That's why I came up with the fall leaf. You see, it's like a fall color. And then you go up here, you see it. You see? So what is it? What is the name? That's what they call it down here in Louisiana. Oh, down in Louisiana. Oh, wow. On the Saints helmet. Oh, so they don't what? No, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get that back. Okay, wait a minute. Are you saying? Let me show you. These these right here that's on the Saints helmet. They call it what's that? Fleur de leaf. Is this? You sure this is what they call that, Wayne? That's what they call that, right? It is. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Everywhere you go, I'm telling you. I went way too. Yes. Wow. I wonder how did they have that? Because it's a lot of darkness behind that. The Saints logo. That's a lot of darkness behind it. A lot of dark power behind it. That logo. Oh wow. See, I didn't know that. And if you look that up, I wonder what that means. I definitely know it's Roman Catholic. I know it without a doubt. Because I don't care where you go. And Sister Deborah been some places. You see that logo, and I know it represents a lot of power. No, in the crowd, a fake pope in the crowd. See, it has to do with the Roman Catholic. People don't believe it, but I'm telling y'all, I had a fit. You walk into Ripley, believe it or not, it's a really good museum. But when you walk in there and you see all them things, they kill people. You guys, they had um, a box. It had all sharp knives in it. And you open it up, and all you see is blades. They make the people step in it and they close it up, on them. And then they had this one thing that they put over their neck and it drilled into their brain. I mean, you should have seen all those things that they had that torture and kill people with. You would wonder who would want to come up with that. But guess what happened? When it was said and done, it was just a shock for me. I looked over there and that big old sign, that sign I was telling y'all about yesterday, sitting there on the table, just letting you know who owned this, who ruled. I said, wow, where did they get all that from? All right, shalom, shalom. But yeah, I was wondering. Thanks for that information. And you said they have a fake pope in the crowd during the game. See, now what you say? Let me ask you a question: is that necessary? Be honest now. Do you think that at a game that fake pope in the crowd, do you see the purpose for it outside of what is dark? I mean, maybe you could come up with something saying that's what does the Pope have to do? It's because that's their logo the Saints got on their head and on their jersey. You know what I'm saying? That's Pope knows. They know that that's what it's all about. That shows you how. I heard somebody say, be careful in wearing other people's clothes and wearing other people's shoes and hats, because you don't know, exactly what that individual was into. So let me see what you said here. Oh, he didn't say it yet. But yeah, I was wondering, would you think that would be okay? I mean, not I know you wouldn't think that it'd be okay, but would you have do you see that to be strange? That's what I'm trying to say. To have a fake pope at the game. I mean, why haven't no one figured that thing out? They might know already. Now the players, I'm sure they don't know. See the difference between this is how they get you. This is how they get you. I don't know if y'all been on here 3 years ago when I was explaining to you all that, and I was a teenager when I can remember piecing this like this together. I always thought that the United States was a crutch for Israel. They were the crutch. And I said they're gonna have it removed from them, and Israel is gonna fall. That's how they're gonna get destroyed. It's because once America don't support them anymore, that's it. That's it. It was holding them up anyway. America was covering them up and holding them up anyway. Once they take the crutch from America, then Israel will fall and won't have nothing to support it. So I always thought that. And then I started to think about Christians and thinking about, okay, you got the Christians, but wait a minute, is the Christian the same as the Catholic? No, they're not. The Catholic took the Christian and made them the shield so they can hide behind them. They made them the shield to hide behind. The Catholic hides behind Christians. I mean Christianity. Okay? One way, it's like you got here. You said it is associated with the Virgin Mary. Christianity is not associated with that. Catholic, they worship the Virgin Mary. You see, Christianity, they know more so turn to Jesus Christ. Do they respect Mary? I think every religion that believes in the Bible respect Mary, the Virgin Mary. But the Roman Catholic has a reason why they respect the Virgin Mary. You see, because they feel they got the power to be messing around somewhere. Y'all don't think, please don't think Sister Deborah crazy. Sister Deborah ain't crazy, but they know something in a woman that Yah has put in her. And I'm not talking about, they know something is down below that Yah has put there. And in them, it's like jewels. But the reason where they know what they know is something, because the darkness has already led them to understand that. You see, that's why they're worshiping the Virgin Mary so heavily. And then they use their shield, which is Christianity, to cover them up, and they hide behind them, but they got a total different belief. You see, Christianity, they go for Jesus Christ, and Roman Catholic goes really for Mary. You see what I'm saying? They more so does a worship, and a lot of people don't even know anything about that. But yes, they do a lot of worshiping that Mary. You know, like you can't get to nothing but till you go to Mary. You see, it's just why it's darkness, y'all. But I do know that logo is also connected. And I don't know if it's the outer parts of a woman or if it's the inner, where the fallopian tubes and the uterus. That's it. Because they worship the uterus. Did y'all know that? Roman Catholic worship the uterus. That's it. That's what they worship. They worship that a great deal. Oh, they believe in Trinity, the Roman Catholics. Holy Spirit. Okay. Hmm. You said even the Muslims, they have beads. What's that? They worship her like a god. Yep, they do. They worship her like a god. Uh-huh. But they gonna let the Pope rule individual on the earth, and you run to him to tell your business. They worship her real. I'm serious. They really do. I don't, y'all. I try. I don't know if I told y'all. I thought I told y'all. I used to work for them, y'all. I worked for the fathers, and I would work for the sisters, the nuns. Yes. So I know a lot of insight. They are very, very, very the worstest mindset of people that carry darkness in a realm you couldn't even imagine. Yep, they go to Mary. Jude told me that. The Jude that I told you that uh, joined them. I think she was a Filipina. She had it hard. She said though. She said, Deborah, I had it hard, real hard, trying to get to this level. I said, but you know they ain't real. And you know, I mean her talk just like that. I said, but Sister Jude, you know it ain't real. You know this darkness. And she said she liked it the power. That's what she told me. She said, I've been in it for so many years. And I'm at the highest level. And I just got that. I think she had, when me and her had met, she had just got that, I think 6 months prior, the highest level you can reach as a nun, as a sister. And she was telling me she was over a lot of things. She traveled all over the world. I mean, she said she just loved all of that, you know. Her mother was wealthy, and she had to give the part that her mother left her, she had to give it to the Roman Catholic Church just to be a sister, a nun, or, you know, yeah, every penny. And did y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Sister Jude and I sat down and we talked about it. And several times I came back, me and her talked about it, and we talked. And I didn't bother her about it after a while because I realized she was where she was at all those years, all because she was chasing the power. She was chasing the power. I mean, it was like, what was it, 38 or 35? It was one of them. $100 she gave me. 38 or 35, like it wasn't nothing. She was in there. She was the high level, but she was younger than the other ones that the other sisters. But yeah, and she was over the women's drug center that I worked at. She was the one over. She's the overseer. She stuff like that. She liked to be the head. She liked to rule. She liked to travel. And you know what? I think I might go by there and just see if she's still there, just to see if she's still there. And she told me, she said she know it's dark. That's what she said. Because I mean, like I told y'all, I think I told y'all I didn't have no sense. Sister Deborah ain't got no sense. Because I sure try to convince her when you shouldn't even be in that though. You ain't even that type of person. Why would you get in that? That stuff is dark. But I couldn't convince her. Mm-mm. She liked it, the power. She traveled all over the world. Oh no, you did. What you say? You moved from Catholic to Pentecostal church? Completely the opposite. You right. Your mother, your mother had to have permission from the Pope to go on the pill. Wow. The doctor told her if she had another child, it would kill her. Okay. So she had to get that okay from him. She had 10 children. Wow. You got a big family, huh? Yep, you're right. You said you nailed it at that end when you said how sick. You nailed it. You know what? A lot of people. Who is this? Who is this? Oh, your mother. Your mother-in-law is a Catholic. You know what? A lot of people have told me that. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. It was like I don't be honest. It was like since I was probably 17, 18, maybe 16, 17, 18, in between there. Throughout my whole from that age, always I used to hear people say that all the time that they can't talk to people, they can't talk to family, they can't talk on their co-workers, they can't talk on to their neighbors. Nobody seems to be able to talk to others that's in a different belief or a different religion. Is that with all of you all? Is it because I mean seriously, that's how it have always been. When people say to me, "Well, how is it that people listen to you?" But they say that to me on every job I work to. Well, why they don't do you like that? Ooh-wee! Baby, you keep reminding me where y'all is. That's what I always heard all my life. Oh wow. Wow. See, and I used to hear that. And this is they say, but see, you can talk to people, but see, when I talk, Sister Deborah, they say I'm judging them. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but I heard this throughout my whole living. I used to hear people tell me that all the time. You know, every time I try to talk to people, people don't listen to me. They say I'm judging. It is. It's just oh wow. You y'all had to go find another place to live. That's 10 of you all. Wow. Mm. The last place I think anybody should have wanted to go is with the sisters. Because I ain't gonna say I think I know stuff goes on with the sisters. Uh David Chappelle, no comedian. If y'all heard them sisters, y'all would say, hey, ain't nobody got nothing on them sisters. Them sisters can say the nastiest jokes that'll have you wondering what, who, who, I mean, and they enjoy it. They enjoy it, you know, telling these jokes. But I'm telling y'all, the things that they say, I have never heard in my life. And you laugh because it's funny what they said, but it's also nasty. You say you brainwashed. Oh no, you're not brainwashed, are you? And it's a day they call, and then y'all still. I mean, what you said you can laugh. You still laugh at it today. All righty. My family doesn't believe the what is of the Pentecostal. But this is my catch, you guys. I believe when the Father has ordered individual steps. I believe that the steps always start on ground level. Okay. And we know y'all ain't ground level, but he will start us on ground level. You know what I'm saying? A level where he wants to start us. And the only reason why I think that is he wants you to be able to uh, 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 master each step and still look back and see where you come from or see where he brought you from. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I tell a lot of people when they say that where they started off, and I went to the Christian, I went to Jehovah Witness, I went, no matter where people have gone and where people have attended a place of worship or a place that kind of gave them a little something, something, something. Guess what else he told me? He was explaining to me, Deborah, everywhere, not where, but every step you take, you must learn something from the step to move to the next level. So everywhere we have gone, there was something we took from it to the next level. Something. It could be 5%, 10%, but we took something that we learned from that level we were on, even if it was ground level, to the next level. Because the whole idea with Yah is he said he ordered the steps, okay, he ordered our steps. He ordered our steps. And the reason why he ordered it not for us to just be on top, on, let's say, the sixth step, because he wants you to be able to master each level you move to. Meaning, even though we were in Christian, Catholic, Jehovah Witness, Buddha on the first level, it's something on that first level we were to learn to get to the next level. Do that make sense? I think the Father, that's how he rumbled. Matter of fact, I know he do. That's how he rumbled. That's why we start on the ground level. You see? And then each level we move to, he won't move us to that level until we have mastered the level we were on. And mastering the level mean understanding. Because if you know where you're going and you don't know where you come from, you really honestly don't know where you're going. So it's almost like saying that if when people talk to me about, oh, I was used to be in a Catholic church for 30 years, I used to be a Christian for 40 years, I used to be okay, you should be on a different level now. You see? Another thing, as we move up the ladder, we don't bash where we come from. We use it as a testimony where we've been. Okay? As for what? Where you at? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people tend to, and I'm only speaking of individuals who have always found themselves somewhere in a place of some type of worship. So that's why the Father told me also during this time, don't nobody have it 100. Nobody have it all. Nobody, not even 50%. None of us. None of us have it, the fullness. None of us. Sister Deborah either. Okay? So therefore, he's just saying that in every, from Buddha to Muslim to Jehovah Witness to Catholics to Christian to Hebrew Israelite, none of them have the fullness. And all of them got something right in it. Even if they got 99.9 wrong, they got that 1% something right. Okay? This is the reason where you get, say for instance, you end up on the 8th level of the steps of where Yah has ordered your life. You up on the 8th level. You don't look down and you don't look down on the levels in which brought you up. Because you didn't get, you weren't born onto that level. Okay? You had to step into that height that you in now. So you don't look down once you at that height. You look down and then start bashing or ridiculing the level in which you come from. Because the level in which you come from, hear me now, it's why you where you at. It's why you where you at. If it had not been for the levels that you were on and you went up to get to that level, you can't look down and start bashing it because that's how you got there. You didn't just get to the 8th level. It's the steps that was ordered in your life that got you to that level. And what you do is, this is how you do it. You look at it, you look around your waist and you begin to say, wait a minute, those were my testimonies. I can tell somebody something. I can tell somebody something. Because you now can tell them as a testimony of all the other levels that you were once on. It can help someone else who's still stuck on first level. You see? And that's what we mess up on, because we think it's okay to just bash where we come from. Don't understand where we're going, because where you come from played the big role in where you're going. You see what I'm saying? But people don't look at it like that because they don't understand how much of your life that Yah has ordered it all. So even in that mess, you still have to thank the Father for where you at and how he used the steps that he ordered in your life to get you to where you at. So you use it as a testimony. Always use it as a testimony, not as a way of bashing the Christian church or the Catholic church. But I'm going to bash the Catholic church and the Christian church on the level of the demonic darkness. That's what I'm bashing. It's the demonic darkness on the earth. You can see. And if you knew what I meant, then you know I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about those that are created to work and control the four corners. A lot of people today don't understand the power that's controlling the world. Why is it they don't understand it? I have no idea why people are not beholding the power that is actually ruling the world. You see, I'm gonna give you another example. It's just like it's as identical to where here go a lady, and she got 3 daughters, and all 3 of her daughters she didn't raise. She didn't send 2 of them to college. They're all out on their own. 2 of them married. They got children, and they bash their upbringing, the way they came up. You see, that's that example I'm telling you. When Yah bring you to a level, don't look down from where you come from and start bashing it and making it so horrible, because you got to understand that's the steps that Yah brought you up to where you're at, from them same steps that got you there. So you have to use it as a testimony. Those steps help me to be where I'm at and not be afraid of it. I think many people are afraid to just tell even their children. Let me tell you about the children. These daughters here, now they out on their own and their mother, but they blame their mother, okay, for their fantasy, for their life not mastering the fantasy that they had for their life. You see, so that's the same thing. You're looking back at something to blame while you're moving forward. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. So therefore, you can't do that. You can't look back, to what you, because it's like, let's use Lot and his wife. A lot of people don't understand what the lady was doing. Many people didn't understand. No one really understood what was really going on, because they didn't understand. This lady was looking back as if that was the word. That was her all in all, what she was leaving. You see? She just had all of her strength, her heart, and her mind, and her desire was where she was coming from. So he should tell you what. when all this stuff is over, the next morning, all of them be like a pillow of salt, like you are. So here, let me take you there. Now y'all together again. I'm finna destroy them, and you so hard and heart about, oh, you wanted. She really wanted to be there, you guys. She really wanted to be there. She didn't want to come out, and this was his wife. So just imagine all that wickedness going on back there. Your heart is so hardened to where you didn't even want to turn from it. You was holding on so hard, so heavy to the Father, Son, you right back to where they at. 6 foot under. With the dirt, salt. When it burned, all of them burn up, I'm sure they'll be like a pillow of salt. But still, he sent her back. You want to be with him? Do you understand it? She fully understood. She saw the fire. She saw the town being burnt. And you still want to go back? Come on, let me film. Take her back. So that's why. And you notice it never talked about the daughters nor Lot having any. We don't know what they felt. But, it doesn't talk too much about it. It was like, so what? We gone. Yep. It's kind of a pride to bash where we come from. And it is. Yes, it is. And that's a good example. It is a form of pride. It is a form of pride. It is. You said this must be Yah didn't suffer them to see. What was I think I just talked so much. I can't even remember what Yah, because Yah didn't suffer them to see. This must be, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what was I saying. No, I didn't get around to 51. I'm glad you said that again. I didn't get around to it. But you know what? Matter of fact, I did, but I don't even think I did write it down yesterday. And that's something else. This little old hen getting old. She can't remember everything. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I get it now. I'm gonna write it down right now. I like stuff like that, you guys. Having stuff to really look into. Someone say, well, okay, Deborah, did you hear about this? I said, oh no, really? I go right into it and look into it. Oh, why they can't see what's going on? Okay, that makes sense, don't it? Right, it's a testimony, because the testimony is telling people where you've been, and look at you now, where you going, where you at. That's what testimonies were about. Is how Yah brought you up the steps, and the steps in which He brought you up. And this is where He has me here. But it took me to come from where He had me for me to be where I'm at now. So it's a testimony. I said it about my whole life, even as 4 years old. I said that about everything. He has ordered my steps. That's the whole idea of molding you in your mother's womb and predestining you and ordering you. And those steps that you can be on crack. You can be on crack and you're on ground level, or you can be on crack on your first level or your second level, just end up getting on crack. When it all said and done, you end up getting off of crack, going to the third level. Before at each level you go on, the Father wants you to learn from it. It's not a level that you're supposed to just go to. Next level, next. No, you're supposed to learn something from each level. By the time you get to the level where He have you today, you can look back over your life. You heard that song, When I Look Back Over My Life and I Think Things Over, I can truly say, when can you say that? Now that I am saved, I got a testimony. That's it. You see, when I look back over my life, okay, and I think things over. Now, see, they up now. I can truly say that I am saved. I got a testimony. See, it's always about, let me explain to y'all something. If a person was an alcoholic, you can't look at somebody today that's an alcoholic and just assume where they at today is where they're going to be tomorrow. Okay? Okay? These is the steps I'm talking about, y'all. We just can't put people on the steps and leave them there. You see, we got to know where this person might be here today, and tomorrow they'll be on the next level. Each level, you learn something from it. You see? And when you get to the level of where you can see everything you come from, where from the ground level on up, how you got from where you at, those are your testimonies. Where you, and let me tell y'all something y'all don't understand. Through your testimonies and your testimonies only, can you tell somebody something? You can't tell nobody nothing if you ain't gone through nothing. If you ain't got a testimony wrapped around you, you can't tell nobody nothing. Because through your testimony, I told y'all, when I used to go to church, I used to always hear, I'm a real good hearer. When I hear them pastors teaching, I said, and I'm going to tell y'all the truth, I knew they were lying. And it's always other people's testimony they use. You know how they console people and they talk to people about what they're going through. A lot of them hold that within because they have to deal with these people's personal problems and issues. They'll get up on a pulpit and bring up something that they went through, knowing you ain't gone through nothing. That's why a lot of them ain't got no business teaching and preaching, you guys, because they haven't been called to that position. And a lot in this day and time, you call yourself. It don't matter. People, the people content. If you said Satan call you, they'll still praise you. They'll praise you and they'll like you. They'll come to your church and they'll worship with you and sing with you. They don't care. That's where the people's minds are today. Yeah. You were 7? Oh wow, that's wonderful. 7 years old. Somebody else told me they were 4 or 3 or something like that. Someone, yeah, somebody told me that. For 7 years. And what did they find out? You ought to quit. Come on. That it wasn't yours, it was their brain. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Monday, and you found, wait a minute, the doctor Monday found out what's wrong with my brain. Okay. You mind, you want to share that? Somebody said, what does that mean? That they had a doctor appointment and they're just saying how long they've been watching me. So you saying I've been on here 7 years? No, I'm going on 7. So yeah, that's about right. You can see the clouds, huh? You said you can see the clouds, huh? Sometimes because I can see the clouds. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Do you all know that there are a lot of people that attend church faithfully just for dress code, just to dress? Did y'all know that? Mhm. There are people have been going to church for a long time. It's all about getting clothes and wardrobes and matching this and matching that just to go. Okay. Now I've heard of that. So what? They want to, you should ask them, what about, what can you take that's, what kind of herb? Yes, there's a lot of people that go to church just to dress. Yeah, they won't come to Bible class. They won't come to Sunday school. They want to come that evening. I mean, that morning, that 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, where everybody's at, just to dress. Oh, okay, then for like a second opinion, that's good. If that's yeah, it's a clubhouse. You ought to quit. No, you didn't. What you say? It's a clubhouse, but that's the only thing they do, and it's been going on for so long. This one girl, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and I had I think I was still at home, uh, and I was leaving in the next, I think it was three or 4 weeks, and I met this one lady. How did I meet her? I think I met her through another man that was a prophet. I think that's how I met her. And this lady had 8 babies, beautiful young woman, and she had 8 babies. And she said that her mother brought her up in church, and that the Father, the Most High Yah, had called her to be a prophet, a prophetess. And she was just saying she's so dedicated. And when she would call me, we would talk for hours. And this young lady told me one time. No, it wasn't one time. The first time we really talked for a couple hours, she said, "Let me tell you something, Sister Deborah." She couldn't have been no more than 38 years old and had all them babies. But she say, she say, my mother been in the church. We've been going. She raised me in the church. I was a baby. My mother been going to this church for 40 years. She said, you know what she told me last week? I said, what? She ain't never believed in God. 40 years. That's what I asked her. 40 years. She said that she think that hurt. She said that hurt her more than anything to hear her mama say that to her. What she say? She said that's what she said. She said that hurt her more than anything. 40 years. She came up in the church, the girl. She said her mother was there every time the doors open. And then she told her, I never believed in a God. Mm, yep. What you said, clowning around is all they do. You right. Among them. Yep. And I don't know if you know, that's what he means when he said, come from among them. Is when you get in the situation and it's something in you that says, wait a minute, this ain't right. Let me, no. A lot of people stay for year after year after year after year. But this is what he means when he said, come from among them. Be ye separate. Get away from that. Just like he told Abraham. But he told Abraham all three. Come. He told him to leave his own country. He told him to leave his kins and leave his father's house. Get on out of here. Get away from here. Because a lot of people don't know that Father, the Most High, can't and will not work with you until he got you where he needs you to be. And it doesn't mean, even if say for instance, he's pulling you away and you a stone, let me say, you a stone, how would I say it? A party type person. You like to go out and you just like to party. But Yah is telling you to come from among, not come from among. He's telling you that he needs you for, he wants to use you. He's going to do this. A lot of people think you just wake up and bam, it's gone. No, no, no. And that's any and everything. Yah likes to see the work. He likes to see the steps, the order. So you'll always have something to go back to. I felt the Father teaching me and telling me I need to come out of these lounges, these lounge, these party places, and going to these bars. And he just got me one time in the bar. And I know I heard his voice. The next time I went, I heard his voice again. Oh, the third time, I know that was him. See what I'm saying? See, we're thinking y'all can't use you until you where you think you should be or where you feel you are. That was that individual step. He was on ground level, and the Father was taking him to the first step. You see what I'm saying? We got to have the testimony, y'all. We have to have a testimony. We can't walk around because do y'all understand your testimony is supposed to change other people's lives? Did y'all know that? Your testimony is supposed to change others' lives. And you said that's no more, huh? Listening to isolate myself for 4 years. Yeah. And he will do that. Because I thought about Moses. Maybe somebody, I don't know if I should talk about Moses or not. But did y'all know? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to read that and make sure I'm understanding it. But it's the Father might give it to me too, though. But let me say, Moses, I thought about him marrying and having kids. Did y'all know that when he left, they got left behind? When he had him to take them, whatever happened to his kids? Moses. Whatever happened to his kids? I know one wife and her 2 sons, I think her father, she went to live with her father. Am I right? I know they got left. Moses couldn't have his family. Moses' family was not. I'm telling y'all. I'm just showing you how when y'all pour you out of something, he got you out. You see? He got you for himself. You see? And if we should also understand that when Yah call you with a holy calling, it is not saying, okay, he called me, I heard him, or he called me, let me stop this, let me stop this. No. That's not what he's calling you to stop. See, one thing a lot of people do not understand about the Most High, he don't need you to stop nothing. He needs to stop you. Right. Because the Most High will let you continue until he stops you. And when he stops you, you stopped. But when you stop, you still think about it. You still go back every now and then. You might rub up on it, But when Yah stopped you, you stop. That's it. Look at Paul. He was going to get the saints, wasn't he? To take them in. But that day, Yah stopped him. It was his routine to do what he was doing. To take the saints so they can what? Not crucify them, but kill them or whatever they was doing with them. Paul, that was his job. But this particular time, when he was tossed off his horse or whatever that was he was riding, which is what said, that was the day. What happened to the other days? With Saul? Or was that Samuel? Which one was stoned together? Samuel or Saul? No, Samuel. I think it was Samuel. When they were stoning him. Paul was there. You see why didn't he get him then? What I'm trying to say to you all, the way Yah has orchestrated things, he likes to have his whole hand in it at all times, especially when he's wanting to move you from one level to the next, to the next, to the next. You see, he wants you to be able to look back from where you at and look back and see where he brought you from. Okay? Let me see here. there are actors on stage, okay, and they good at it too. I'm telling you, they got the whole 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people seated. Okay, you're from Jamaica. In the church on Sundays. A man on Saturdays and voodoo. Now, no, that's another thing that a lot of people don't understand. That voodoo is very dark. That is very dark. I think they do a lot of that over in Africa. It's just where now I'm gonna tell y'all, it's not what I come to understand today. Way back when I was a teenager, I always knew that Africa was a land of a lot of witchcraft and voodoo. And even I think me myself, I think their women practice it faithfully. I really do. A lot of the women practice it faithfully. Now watch this. My dad used to mention him and my mother about how they were doing um, voodoo when they was in their hometown of Arkansas. They weren't doing it, but they were telling us which family members and neighbors, which was heavily involved. They was heavily. My mother said the people that was down there, they were heavily involved in voodoo to the point where my uncle married this one lady, and her whole family was the king of it all. And everybody thought she did something to my uncle, you know. And this was 3 or 4 years before she died, she explained to me, she said, Booby, I ain't done nothing like that. I don't know, my daddy and my mother was in it big, just like they said that they were. And that and her mother and father, they looked like they came from Africa somewhere. But in Arkansas, in them little towns, they practice that mess too. Yes, they do. Oh wow. On the road to Damascus. Damascus. That's what Paul was. But I'm like, well, see, he could have got him. Who was that he was? Stephen. That's who it was. Stephen. That's who it was. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stephen was stoned. But wasn't Paul there? Wasn't Paul there when they stoned Stephen? I think he was. I think Paul was in the midst of that. I mean, he was a part of that. And I'm like saying, he should have, he not should have, but that was a time he could have correct Paul then. But that shows you when Yah got you, he got you. He got you when he activates you, not when somebody else activates you, but when he activates you. How can I see you on Facebook? Oh, I don't give my Facebook out, but I upload videos on Facebook because I got a lot of people that's family and people I went to school with and all of that. And but you know what, you guys, the strangest thing, Sister Deborah ain't got no sense. I don't know, when every time I upload a video, I never could understand why I have so many men wanting to befriend me. And I'm trying to figure out, well, wait a minute. I had to ask my son. I said, son, why are they doing that? Because I'm trying to figure out, why are you on my page trying to get on my page? Period. And hey, look, and it's not just then, but it's always. And you know what I thought that was? I thought that was just them saying they just getting on there and they just getting off. I had no idea that all these people that says wanted to befriend me, they were real people, y'all. I know y'all probably thought I was crazy. See, that's why Sister Deborah don't need to have her butt on no Facebooks or nothing, because she ain't got no sense. Because my son said, Mama, okay, that's it. No more. You off of YouTube. You off of YouTube and Facebook. You off. Because he was trying to figure out, he saw all these males on here, you see, and he was trying to figure out, you don't know what they doing? You don't know they're trying to befriend you? How was I supposed to know? I thought they just want with in the lane, and it's a side where it says friends. How am I supposed to know they want me to befriend them? You guys, I've been on Facebook 7 to 8 years, and I just found that out less than a year. My son had to tell me. You see, that's why this little old hen don't need to be on Facebook, huh? She don't need to be on Facebook because she don't know what she's doing. So he had to explain. He said, Mama, that's it. No more YouTube for you. No more Facebook. You don't know what you're doing. Because see, he had to look to see on my Facebook, and he saw these males on here, and he was like, he said, Mama, this is just not people here saying friend. This is people who are coming in wanting to befriend you. You don't befriend them. Oh, I see you ain't. I don't, unless it's somebody I think I know. But it just, I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know nothing about that. Yeah, Stephen, he was the one stoned. I know that's right. And he would do that. He would definitely bless you like that. And you know what, you guys, yes, he was standing there on stupid. My topic today wanted to be endure. And I realized when I got into it, y'all really want us to know that we got to go through something. We got to endure it, because he that endure shall be saved. Not will, but shall be saved. Will is the same, but I'd like to say shall be saved. But I looked through all the verses and showing that the endurance and the endure is a must for those who coming, who shall gain eternal life. We got to go through something. I think I drop my email. I think I did. You can get in touch here. But yeah, okay. There go the email. Yeah, if you go to that email and send a message, and then I can give you the number. Okay, the phone number. Because everybody don't want this old hinge number. Yeah. So when you hit me on that email, and then I shoot you the number. Okay. But yeah, it's a I don't know. It just seems like to me. I'm going to get into that Psalms 51 tonight. I am. I'm going to get into that because that's I probably that probably start my week off. Yep, that most likely that'll start my week off. Yep. My uh oldest son went to his doctor appointment, and I got his information back, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to help him um, with a lot of things that's going on with him as far as his health. And you know what? I just think about how, you know what, though, I really can't complain. I really can't complain. Even though I still complain, but I really can't. I really can't. Yep. Yeah, that's at Gmail. Right. Yeah, at gmail.com. That's it. What was that you read? What was it? What was it? Oh, it's going really well. It's really well. Garlic store popping up already. Oh, 51. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna read that tonight. It may be the start of my week off. Yes, I am. I'm gonna really get in. I mean, I don't know why. It's just something about it. I feel about it. And I don't know how I guess because all the other cares that I had that's going on. But I'm gonna read that because that'll start my week off. I think it's something in there that anyway that the Father want me to know. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna find out. Yes, the garden is really doing well. I did not know something like that can exist, you guys. I didn't know that you can have a greenhouse and it can be cold outside and the greenhouse is hot. I know I told you I ain't have no sense. Yep, that's that. Did you know that's a song? Create in me a clean heart that I may worship you. See, you didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that, did you? There's a song, Create in me a clean heart that I may worship you. Yeah, it's a song. It's a gospel song. Yep. So when you said that, I said, I wonder, does she know that's a song? In humility, and in truth. That is so true. That is so true. Yeah, that's wonderful. What do you all think is actually is going to anybody take place after the election? What would you all think about after the election? What do you think is going to take place? Anybody? Chaos? Chaos? Mm. You know, they said that before. Uh, what's that thing that they was trying to start stuff? Do y'all remember that time they was trying to alpha? Vega or something they was trying to start to get and it just wouldn't kick off for nothing. It wouldn't kick off, and they did it for a good 2 years. And I came back from Atlanta, Georgia, and I said, "Well, why is they still talking? What is this?" And y'all, I had no idea what they were doing, none whatsoever. None of it didn't make sense. Okay, one world government, one world government. Okay, someone said a war within a war, like 1876, went burning everything up. You said George Floyd, a civil war. Now, I do say for instance, the one world government. That one world government, it's real hard. Because when we see one world and take government out, then the world would have to be working on that system. You see what I'm saying? So I always question that as far as the one world government system. I believe that somewhere along the line, if this country is going to be bumped off, it's not going to be really included into the one world government, but I believe it's going to feel it somewhat. Because I think before this work, because I think it's some things that's taking place even as we speak that's really coming to sweep some things up. And it's not going to be what we think. I think they're going to sweep a lot of things up because they had us focusing on all the other issues that they put before us. And now they just now getting ready to sweep up they trash. You see? And I think all the other things that they definitely pushing real hard, a race war. Okay, they definitely bringing all these people from out of other countries. Okay, so those things are happening, but I believe within this country itself there are some greater things they doing, that after this election I believe that they're going to be taking a broom and sweeping it up. The debris of what they've been doing all this time while the country is Democratic, Republican, uh, all of that, or war over here and war over here, Israel and Palestine, all that stuff, because that's the routine every time there's an election. Exactly what's going on now is what it is every year there's an election. And I think that this time it's going to be a little different. I think that they did such an excellent job keeping people entertained. Puff Daddy, you know, TD Jakes, as far as we as a people, but they keeping people entertained until they come out open. When they do that, it's going to be out of any and everybody's control. And I think right now they sweeping the dust up, the trash up, because they said, now we finish, y'all. We kept them busy all this time. Now we finish. And I think that's what we're going to come upon in the days of the election. I believe without a doubt, the powers that be is detached to Kamala, or whatever her name, Biden, Trump, all of them is in it together. And it was to keep the people busy. Now, when we speak of the one world government, the Bible speaks of a one world system. Okay. But if the Bible is speaking of a one world system, somewhere along the line, it can't be including the United States, because how is the United States going to be caught up in the one world system if they're going to be destroyed? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Now, maybe somewhere along the line, they might start with how would I say, the the role play of a system into one world, because when you think of a one world government, you got to take government out and use only one world. United Snakes doesn't make up one world. You see? Yeah, I'm live.
Oh, sorry, I was just saying if you had made anything.
Look, you don't need nothing else to eat. Bye.
No, I was just making sure before I come in, and if I can get something before coming in.
No, I ain't make nothing. Still some of what's left.
All right.
Okay, baby. Have you made anything? What I'm gonna make? I already cooked dinner. You ate. My poor baby. He said, "Did you make anything before I come in?" Bro, you ate before you left. I got to tell him that. I don't think he remembered. But if you take the one world government, you got to consider the word one and world. Okay. So the world itself and the power is making it into one. Okay. So if the United States have sold us already over to China, and a lot of you all do not know, even on TikTok and the Tima, that place that you order stuff, China has a lot of things that they are selling or have here in this country that they didn't used to have. Okay, they got a real close knit uh, communication with the people one on one in this country. That's dangerous. That's real dangerous. That means that I can order something from them and it'll come strictly from them to here or wherever they send it, but it'll come to me, you know. So it's like the United States don't have no connection with them transporting all this stuff, even on TikTok. I don't know if y'all saw that thing that they have now where you can order stuff. You know, all of these things that they have that they're selling as if the store is in this country, and it's not. That's just how many people in this country purchasing from them one on one. The middleman is out. It's between China and the individual ordering from China. So I believe there's something in that. Uh, uh, I don't know if it's that could be a easy way for a biochemical to get in. Easy way. That's you all. This country would be dead less than a month because they already then found a way to come in to bypass everything to get to you and I. You see? And say if for instance we don't order from them, everybody around us do. Mhm. So they can send that bio straight through from one to the other. Just like they had those guys, they just brought them over. They let them in too, y'all. China coming across the border with a disease, y'all, that cannot be what they say is cannot be. You can't give them any medicine or whatever. It's a lot of them. They send them over, and then and you got the people say, why would China send that over here like that? Why in United Snakes? They ain't said snakes. I said that. You know, doing something. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Ain't nobody gonna do anything about it. Because I think we as the people looking at it cockeyed. We don't see that this is the way they has orchestrated the things and keeping us busy with the Democratic, the Republican, and everything else that's going on. They even threw in something that has to do with the storms. All that stuff was a mixture. See, what you have to do is you have to look at it and say, wait a minute, we got wars on all sides going on. We got Democratic and Republicans going on within the country. Okay. You got different things that's taking place with the weather. You got all these things. Now they talking about the heat and now they talking about the cold front. It's just something to keep y'all, not y'all, but us focusing while they doing something behind the scene. Yeah, they said that. Didn't they say that in like 2022, something like that? The population they was going to reduce. They said that. And that's why I was saying when I be talking to the Most High, y'all, I said they just got it right in the opening, Father. They just letting you know straight up what they doing. Sean Cone. They always it's just strange, and that's so I believe that it's a lot of things. I think a lot of people more than what you all think is real. And you know what? Why is it we as a people don't really plot to do things like other nation does? I can definitely say that about Judith. We don't stand around plotting ways how we gonna defeat something, or how we gonna do something, or how we going to destroy something, or how we going to control something, or how we going to get something. We have never been the type of people that go up against the Europeans at any shape, form, or fashion. We'll go up against each other before we go up against them. But I think there's a heavy plot on their behalf, and I think Judith is so gone, they ain't thinking about the plot to retaliate, or the plot for the chaos. Now you got some of our people are talking about it, but that's as far as it goes. When it comes down to sticking to unity, or understanding it, no one's, it's not there. And they got a lot of things before us, keeping us from knowing what they're going to do. But see what Sister Deborah is saying to y'all, what I see them doing is sweeping up the dust. They taking the debris that's left from what they got planned. They sweeping it up now. That means that somewhere in between this month, they're going to allow November, they're going to allow other things to come in, while everybody else is going to be looking for all the issues that they thought was going to shoot up from the election. And then all of a sudden you're going to start seeing things they're going to push in real quick, because they already ready for it. They ready, y'all. They out here sweeping up all the dust. That we got it now, y'all. We kept them busy enough that we got it now. Yep, the distraction. Yep, Bill Gates, and he is going to. He's that's the thing I can't understand, how a people in this country can't see all these things that has been said of what they're gonna do in this country alone. And they don't take heed to none of that. It doesn't bother them that they bring in all these Chinese people in. Was it today or yesterday with this disease? Why ain't the people saying something? Nobody says anything. And I think that's just a problem with me. I see that, and I'll be trying to figure out why ain't nobody. I think because I'm seeing it too in the light too. That could be it. And I'm expecting them to see it. And I'm like saying, y'all sitting here trying to get ready to start this and this war, but you ain't seeing what they doing to you one-on-one. They can't see it. And they not, I don't even know if it's meant to see it. It's true. 060606. Wow. And they not ashamed anymore. They put it right out in the open. Everything they do now, they just put it out there. Yep. They just put it out there. I mean, just like my youngest son said, Mama, here go this here information regarding Monster drink. And I'm like looking at this Monster drink. And then I did my little study. I only did a little bit study, and it shows the three nails that clawed down. That's Hebrew. That means 666. Those are Hebrew numbers. And then they got the drink, the O of on the word monster, they got a cross in the middle. That means when you get ready to drink it, the cross is upside down. So they sat there and showed you what more can they give you for demonic and devil. The more you are warned, the more you're told not to walk through that dark alley, the more you're told what is going on in the dark, people close their eyes in the midst thereof. No one really is prepared to even embrace what is about to take place because they're looking in all the wrong places. One, you got nations thinking that, wanting to start something. How can 60, let's say 65% try to fight 14% of a population? How could that shows you that's that tactic way of United States always going in and defeating things by numbers. You see, they always outnumber. So I try to put those pieces together and say, and I've said it to a couple of people, and they was like, you know what? A lot of people wouldn't even think of that, but it is. If we are 14% of the population here in this country, and the Europeans are give or take 55, 60%, what did it look like you in that number coming after the 14%? You get the point? And this is what they're going to this is what a lot of them behind in the back of their heads are thinking, and they don't have no idea. And I want to say something to you all that are Israel and are Judah. The moment they do that, then they are in trouble. Now they ain't in trouble for the things they have done, but when this time comes, because I don't know if they're gonna be in trouble during this time either, because he said he's coming only for a remnant. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I better shut up. You're right. It's deep. Fast food, all corporation stores. Yep, it's very deep. It's like saying you just have to keep Yah in front of you on every side. Yes, you did. You went down the rabbit hole on that, huh? Yep, that's how they believe it. They really do. They really do. And that's what I'm just assuming that will be the work of the right hand of the Father stepping in during that time. But then again, he talked about only getting a remnant. So I don't know. But they cut down on that. You don't hear now. You see how that came in. It was a big thing about the fallen angels, Enoch, the aliens, the giants. It was booming. Say 3 months, no, about 4 months ago. It was the biggest thing. What happened to all that? You see what happened to all that? All that they were talking about. What happened to all of that? Because they made it like, oh, the giants is let loose and the fallen angels is down, and Enoch spoke of it, and the aliens, but I'm gonna tell y'all that again. When I was a little girl, I already knew that there's something, but I thought they were in space. I thought they were in a different location than the earth itself. But I always knew that there was something else. Always, as a young girl. When I'm saying that, whoo, what Mr. Morris would say, Deborah, when you was like 8 or 9, you used to talk about that. Yep, around about 8 or 9, I would say. I always thought that there were other entities, just like, how they said when Cain took his brother's life and he was sent away, and and he was talking about somebody else, how they would come after him. People don't understand, when Yah created Adam and Eve, it was like he was saying they were the first ones. He didn't say he stopped creating them. He didn't say he stopped creating people. We did that. We just placed it the way we wanted. And then instead of looking beyond our understanding and understanding his thoughts and his plan in the way he might have done it, if he's sending him away, who is this that Cain said is going to try to take his life? And why do Cain have to take his little bitty baby sisters? Because Cain and Abel's were young. They were young. They were young men, probably still in their late teens. So why do they have to take Cain have to take his sisters with him? And why mother and dad would let him take baby girls with him when he killed his brother? Do that make any sense? See, people don't put those pieces together and make it make sense in a better way than that. They think that, okay, he did this here. Cain did that, and he took it and married his sister and had children. Even though it doesn't tell them that, that's the only way they can put it together here in the flesh. They can't make it make sense in the spirit. They only put it together in the flesh, you see. And that's where they and another thing I was thinking about, how, what's his name, Jacob went to his mother's brothers, and he married, he got with his cousins. Weren't they his cousins? Weren't those Jacob's cousin that he married? Anybody in the live chat? Help me. Weren't they Jacob's cousins that he married? One, I think marrying someone, you should know what you're marrying. And I think the first one, look up the story before Adam and Eve. Yeah, that's a whole different boy, that's a whole different religion all in itself. It is a total, when you get to talk about Egypt and all that, oh no, that's a total different everything. So I'm trying to see, he did marry his cousins. He, what'd you say? Wasn't his cousins? And you notice the one that he waited so long for, she died. You see? She passed away after Benjamin. So it's a lot of stuff that's with that, if you really think of how you really kind of put a lot of that together. And if you start to kind of line it up in the spirit and truth route, you'll find out a lot of things that a lot of people, we've been all taught, but through spirit and truth, he opens it up for us to see the light of it all, even to the point where Jacob and his brother was wrestling in his mother's womb, you see, and he was pulling the feet, his heel, so, and I'm thinking the heel would be the serpent in the Garden of Eden. When he was telling that he was going to be after the heel, and he was going to bruise his heel. So I was thinking of Jacob gripping Esau's heel. You see? So I'm trying to rub my eyes. My eyes are burning. But so I'm just trying to make all that. Jacob married Rachel, sister Leah. Right. But then he also ended up with Rachel. He ended up with Rachel too, didn't he? But that's the one he wanted, was Rachel. But she died. I'm just saying, see how long he loved her, but yet she was taken, she died. And what else about what he loved? She had a hard time having children. You see that? So what would y'all think that was going on with Jacob? Why he couldn't get Rachel the way he wanted her, and why is it that she couldn't bear children? Do y'all know why? I think Jacob put too much in to what he wanted, and he didn't seek Yah for what he wanted for him. That's how I see it. You see? But what's amazing is both of them was his cousin. They was his cousins. And that also to me interferes with his mother's brother. That was his mother's brother's kids. What's different about that, y'all? You think so? You think he was looking at the outer? Yep, that could have been it too. Sure, could have been it. His dad told him not to take a wife from the Canaanite. Yep, he did. But what Jacob, because I think for him to be drunk and lay down with Leah, to me, that's out of order. I mean, just honestly, y'all, tell you the truth. That's out of order. And why was it out of order? He didn't know what he was laying down with. You get the point? He didn't know what he was laying down with. Did you get you something to eat? Yeah. Okay. He didn't know what he was laying down with. You see what I'm saying? So you see all the, do y'all, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just saying, do you see all that stuff going on back then? So much that came out of all of that. Yeah, those are his cousins on his mother's side. What's the mystery in that? Anybody know? They was his cousin on his mother's side. What's the mystery? What can we say the mystery is? Jacob went on and looked, okay. His dad told him not to marry the Canaanite, okay. His uncle poured a fast one on him, okay. What can we actually say was an issue here? Even with Jacob marrying his cousins, it almost lets you also kind of understand something that's if Jacob was marrying his mother's nieces, right? Somewhere in that, I guess they were doing that back then. And their father didn't see nothing wrong with it. So only thing I could look at that and I could say, well, maybe because it's not blood relative unless it's the father's. Does that make sense? It might make sense, but it might not be right still, huh? I'm thinking of that because I couldn't understand all of that chaos. That was just too much. That's just too much. I mean, marrying he didn't choose to lay down with his Leah. He wanted Rachel, and he was trying to get her in a way, like you say, maybe it was the outer side he was looking at, and he wanted her so bad, but it wasn't what Yah wanted for him. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, he really worked hard to have something, and Yah still allowed her to pass away after the second child. And I also see how Abraham went into Hagar, and just imagine Abraham first child. Do you know people really wouldn't even be able to feel what he could have been feeling? his first son. You see? And what happened? It hurt him to have to let go his first son, knowing that he'll never see him again. That's what it was all about. But see, it was Yah. You see how Yah did that? Sent him away. Just because you did it, still sent him away. Because I gave you the plan through Sarah. You took the plan where Sarah told you to take it. So it wasn't my plan. It was y'all plan. Okay. So same thing with Jacob. Jacob went and took what his mother told him to take, which was her brother's daughters. Could he have gone somewhere else? Sure, he could have. Even though he was told not to take of the Canaanite, he still was other women, but he wanted what he wanted once he saw Rachel. And who came up was the daddy and Leah were to get him drunk and sleep with him. You see? So do y'all see all that type of chaos going on back then? So that's why the Father wants you to know this chaos didn't come today. This trash was going on back in the days. It was going on way back in the days. And everybody make you think yesterday was so beautiful. Oh, yesterday was like this. We didn't have this. We didn't have this. We didn't have this. It's just everybody was having their way. That's why you didn't have this. And no one was saying anything about what's wrong. That's what I think. So everybody was just doing what they wanted to do, and as how they had been doing it for quite some time. So once she had Benjamin, Rachel, she passed away. Mary and Joseph was first cousins. Mary and Joseph, who is that? Mary, Yeshua's mom, and Joseph was first cousins. I never heard of that. You sure his parents told him that, or his mother? Jacob. I don't know who told him, but it's a lot. All I'm saying is it's a lot of stuff that's been going on, and you wonder why people do it today. You get what I'm saying? And then what happened? The moment Jacob went into Leah, and then he went into she turned around and gave him her handmaid, and just like it's a game, y'all. Like it's a game. I don't care what it produced. It didn't produce nothing but monsters. So y'all can say what you want to say. It didn't produce nothing but monsters that couldn't follow the order of the Father on the throne, because we never did it right. We never did it right. So when you finish talking about Jacob and all these women didn't have babies, you also have to look at what Israel and Judah have been like. That's the product of it. See, nobody never tackled that. No one ever talk about it. Oh, they were with Esau because he took 2 wives from the Canaanites. The parents. Oh, okay, his parents. Something that Abraham had charged them. Oh, okay. And I know that Moses, that I used to hurt for him because I used to watch You remember they had Moses every year around about what they call Christmas time. And I used to like that story. I used to look at that every year, look forward to the Moses story. And when his wife and two sons came with his father-in-law, uh, and they had to leave with him, she had to go back with her two sons with her father. I thought all that. I was used to, and I said, "Oh, poor Moses. Moses didn't have nothing coming, did he?" Yep, he put. I like how he pulled it up in Leviticus. He put the law down then. I mean, like really put it down. Leviticus 18 and 19. Don't touch nothing. Yep, he had to put it down. Yeah, he said he told him don't touch nothing. Nope, nothing that has nothing. He was just telling them, and he was saying it to them. Yep, he married Sarah, and I'm trying to figure out who was Sarah. No, Sarah was Abraham's father's brother's daughter, I think. Sarah was what? Abraham mother's father's daughter. Abraham married Sarah. Sarah was her Abraham's uncle's daughter, something like that. Hold up now. You said they had the same mother. That's not true. But had different fathers. Are you for real? They had the same mother, but not the same fathers. Okay, no, the same father. Okay, yeah, you said we still in the sin. Okay, okay, Sarah had a different father. And that's what I was just saying to you all, even with Jacob's mother sending Jacob to his brother's kids. He couldn't go to his father's brother, but he can go to his mother brother, because that's how it probably was with Sarah. She couldn't go to his. They couldn't have the same father, but they can have the same mother. Yeah, I think that's what it is. You can have the same mother, but you couldn't have the same father. There it is. I don't know. I got to look into that. They had the same father, but not the same mother. I don't know, y'all. Y'all better cut that out. Nothing new under the sun. I guess it's not. Was both Sarah's and Abraham's father. Wow. I think that's what she was saying at first. Yep, sound all out of order, don't it? That and it see when he told me that, how many years? You think it was Jonah is 25. So it was like 27, 28 years ago. He was saying that it's all out of order. That's what I'm thinking about when that day. I'm trying to look back at that church I was going to when I understood that when he explained to me that it was the everything in the world is out of order and it has been since the beginning of time. Oh, I know what it was. He was saying that people can make things look so great, so good, so perfect in one uh, 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 season. But he said when they all said and done, it comes from the season in which everybody trying to make it look like it was so good. So what he's saying is that in the old days is where everything you see today existed that is in the dark. It just was hidden really well, and no one understood the things that they understood it, but since no one said anything, that's how everybody got away with it. It wasn't nothing big, and people knew they was doing it back then. It's just like, and that's in everything. If you ever think to just look back and realize, wait a minute, they was doing this yesterday. I mean, back in the days. But see, no one wants to admit that, wait a minute, maybe it was yesterday to make us be in the situation we're in today. It is. Only thing different, yesterday was all hidden. Today is in the opening where you can see it. Yes, all out of order. And the thing about it seems like the whole world is content. No one has any, you know. I guess that's why he said he just gonna get what's belong to him and take him on over and clean him up. And you know what? That's what I was saying. I don't. I look at all of that, and it just seems like it really. You know what? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna go and cut it where I'm feeling it. All that is flesh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All of it flesh. All of what everybody were doing was flesh. Yah was concerned about spirit. He had to send the spirits down. Okay. So even though people were chaotic and it was all about flesh and it was all about marrying this, and all this, Yah was the focus, was the spirit. So that's why it's still like that today. It rests in the spirit. That's what's right. If nothing else is right on this earth or people, the spirit part that Yah sent down here is right in him, on his behalf, on him. See, that's why the battle ain't the flesh. You know, when we said we don't fight against flesh and blood, let's apply that as well. Back then, it didn't matter who they married, marrying too many sisters, marrying all the sisters, marrying their maids. That was flesh. You see what I'm saying? And he said that the true war. And what is the war he's talking about? Anybody know? What war is it that's taking place that we, or battle that's taking place that we really haven't been, I'm gonna be honest, taught to understand? It's a war of the seeds. You're right. And that's what's war down here. We don't even understand. That's it. Spirit and the flesh and spirit. It's the but you got to start. Let's say you would have to start with the seeds because the seeds came in Genesis 3 and 15. You see what I'm saying? So it was the seeds of the serpent and the seed of the spirit. And as it came in the New Testament, it talks about born of the flesh and born of the spirit, but it was the seeds first. So I believe that while we're battling these things and why Yah ain't coming off his throne to knock this one down, knock this one, and knock this one out, it's because he knows that the whole overall is really in the spirit. Okay. He knows that Sister Deborah's battle of anything that's going on with darkness, it's the spirit. Okay. It's not Sister Deborah. But what Sister Deborah do is what her spirit, it spills over in her flesh to reveal which part does she worship, the flesh or the spirit, or which seed do she worship, the serpent or the spiritual seed. You see? So it pours out over into your flesh, showing your identity of who you are in the spirit. You get what I'm saying? So I think that when we said, you know how we sit here talking about how Jacob married his sisters and married got with the sisters and laid down, had kids, and how he was with their maid, and how Abraham laid down with Hagar, and how David killed another man so he can have his wife, and he laid down with his wife. All of that was what? Flesh. You see what I'm saying? All of this we talking about, y'all, all flesh. And if we took our focus and just land on all that flesh, what is actually taking place, y'all? What is actually taking place? A spiritual battle. A spiritual battle is actually taking place. It is a spiritual battle actually taking place. While we can focus on the chaos in the flesh, let's what example would that support? Anybody? What example would that support? You see how we can say Moses and his kids, and Abraham with Hagar, and Jacob having going in with his cousins, and Abraham marrying Sarah, his sister. You know, when we look at it all of that we talking about only goes to the realm of the flesh. But what's going on? The realm of the spirit is where the battle is at. When did the battle start? In the beginning, in the garden. That's that same battle that's taking place. But now the army is great. Okay? The army is great. There you go. You always get it. That's not fair. The election. You see that? That's very good. Is an example. That's what I was saying. What can we compare it to? What can we say that matches? The election. You see that? Yes, David was the seed of Yah. Always, 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 100%. Every last one of us. That's why he says to the ones that are of the seed of the spirit, I'm going to hold you blameless. I'm going to hold you blameless. Because if you know what, I'm going to tell y'all something. We sitting here talking and we don't even understand what we have just entered in just by talking. Just this short time. We just enter into a total different zone. Because if you really think about all this, we talking about David, Abraham and Sarah, and Jacob marrying his cousins and all of this, when you level that bad boy out, guess what? It's still always flesh. That's what we see in our natural eyes when we read, we think of it, in our natural eyes and our natural thought pattern. All of that is flesh. That's flesh. David taking this man's wife, all that was flesh. But guess what? There's a battle that's taking place in the spirit. David was going through all that in the flesh. Jacob was involved with two sisters in the flesh. Y'all get what I'm saying? They in the flesh. Abraham went into Hagar in the flesh. When he went into Sarah in the spirit. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So and when even though he brought forth the spiritual seed, that's what Abraham did through Sarah. So when he went to Hagar, that was all still yet flesh. Okay. So when we think of all of these situations we're talking about, Moses having two wives and what happened to his kids, all that was in the flesh. Everything was in the flesh. But the war of the battle from Genesis to Revelation is in the spirit. And it's been going on. And we think it's about politics. What we got, what we doing, what we got planned for tomorrow. We think it's about everything and not even understand. We never focus on the spiritual battle that's actually taking place. Who can see it? Who can see it? Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what it's battling. The spirit of the seed of the serpent and the spirit of the spiritual seed of Yah. And it told us that, y'all. It told us that our flesh will fight against our spirit. Y'all see what I'm saying? It told us that. Listen, who can pull up that verse? It's several verses in there. Oh, yeah, that's the thing we think we do. We do, and we don't know nothing. That's why we come here knowing nothing and we leave here knowing nothing. That's why we need the Ruach. We need his spirit to help us. We need all of him. We need everything he can do for us. We need it. All of you, Father, y'all, we can use it. Because we ain't got no sense. But it's the flesh fighting against the spirit. Now watch this here. I want to show you all something too. In King James, the flesh fight against the spirit. Let's go to Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. And I know it's in here several times because I already did. I think I did 2 or 3 videos on that. But I'm gonna see if y'all gonna get this here. Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. In Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. Let's start with 16. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. If you walk in the spirit. And what is he saying? What do y'all think when he say walk in the spirit? What do you think he said? When he said walk in the spirit, what do you think he said? You see this living we doing? It holds us walking. So we live if we are human, not human, if we spiritual. He says, now watch verse 16. I say then, walk in the spirit. Now, how do you know you can walk in the spirit? You see? So I'm trying to show you where you can. Okay, watch this here. And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. It's giving you that whole overall what they saying as you have a choice. No, you have a choice in the flesh. That's where the walk come in. Okay, but you're gonna have a choice to walk in the spirit when you hear the things of the spirit here, but you walking in the flesh. But it's saying walk in the spirit and not and so that you cannot fulfill the lust of the flesh, because the lust of the flesh is going to come from here. Okay, your mindset. Now watch this here. Verse 17. Listen to what it says. For the flesh lusts against the spirit. You see? And the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to another, so that you cannot do the things that you would. And it says in verse 18, but if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. That's letting you know the law of the spirit is greater than the law of what they trying to keep get you to believe, that you have to walk in the commandments and the law. So he's letting you know the spirit has a law in itself, because the law, he is the law. Yah is the law. So how you gonna tell somebody on the outside how to walk that flesh if the spirit that's in them is the law walking in them? You can't. That's why you ain't under the law, because the law is in you. So this right here shows you how that the flesh lusts against the spirit and the spirit against the flesh. They are contrary to one another. So we can see our flesh, how we can battle our flesh, but we can't see our spirit. That's the one the Father is letting us know where the battle is at. It's in our spirit being. It's not in our flesh. And what that battle do, it shows up in the flesh. It ain't that it shows up, it spills over to your flesh, and your flesh start be acting just like your spirit, because you're the seed of the spiritual seed, the serpent. Your spirit is the serpent seed, has the serpent seed mentality, and it spills over into your flesh, so you'll know exactly who you are. And that's a good thing, though, if you really think about it. People trying to debate or trying to figure out, well, who am I? Am I like this? Am I this? Am I this? This is the way you can know how. You can know who you are. Yeah. So the battle is a real battle going on in the spirit realm, and everybody thinking that they battling their brother who step on their shoes and they kill them. Or you doing this and then you doing no. It's the war that's taking place in the unseen realm. Yes, where Yah abide is in our spirit, and he teach us all things. Greater is he that is in you than he. That's right. That's it. That's where he abide, right in your spirit. And let that old flesh go on its way. Depends on the spiritual power. Live like depending on the power of the spirit power. It's from within. There you go. You just nailed it. It's from within. That's where the battle, the real battle is at. And that spiritual battle fights against the principalities in high places. Why? Because the other spirits that you all can't see in the world, when Sister Deborah is telling you the powers that be is ruling the world, how they ruling it? First and foremost, by the spirit. The serpent seed is who their spirit is, and they're ruling it by that end in darkness. And see, people looking at them and they see that they wealthy, they billionaires, they got the power to move mountains and to do this and do this. And why do they live so long? They live so long. Those are the ones, it's principality in high places. They have reached high places. Those are spirits. They have reached high places. And that's who I said to y'all, that they got everybody focused and distraction going elsewhere while they conducting spiritual powers. And then they sitting here with their broom sweeping it up. So y'all might not have knew what I was talking about. I was just showing you where they sweeping it up. What do you mean? You can't see them sweeping? Yes, I can. In the spirit realm, I can see them sweeping up their debris in what they're about to bring out. Oh, they ready. Yes, they are, y'all. That's why they sweeping the debris up. They finished. with what they had prepared for the next level of what they're going to do in the spiritual battle. Okay. And can it, and will it pour over into the flesh? Yes, it is. It's going to. Yes, because we are in that day. Remember that day? He said, I given them that day to do as they please. See, a lot of people didn't understand how is Satan giving the beast the power? See, Satan giving it to him because of the order of how things were prophesied and how things are supposed to go. So it's a need. It's a need that he do that because they're coming. I'm going to show you what they're doing. The type of power that Satan giving them is why. Who knows what's the difference in the power that Satan has in the power that they're going to have? Anybody in the live chat? That's a powerful question, y'all. I want to see if anybody get that. Anybody get that? Come on, come on, come on. Why is Satan giving the power to the beast? In the spirit, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can definitely do that. I know that. And a lot of people are experiencing that. And a lot of them, they lose their living. They might not lose their life for eternal, but they'll lose their living because if they open a door, and a lot of people are dipping in stuff like that. People are dipping in. Why is it that the beast? Why is it that the Satan going to turn his power over to the beast? Why is that? And you know what? I hope you can hear me on my mic. It looks like it's dying out. And you know what else? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm sitting here talking to y'all, but I shouldn't even brought that up. I shouldn't even brought that up. You got it. You sure got it. You got it. You sure said it. You got it. You got it. You got it, but let me break it down a little bit more. You said the beast is who he has to work through. The power. He's giving it to them in a place that you all had no idea that's going to exist. He's turning that power over to the beast to do the darkness in the flesh. On the earth in the flesh. That means, you know, that you remember that battle? We fight not against flesh and blood, but the battle been turned over to the flesh and blood of the beast. The Antichrist and the false prophet is going to be working. Now you're going to see it live in human beings. You see it now, but you don't see it because we're fighting against each other, the wrong one. You see, we will fight against ourselves and others, but the darkness is going to have this day to fight in the flesh of those that are the serpent seed spirits. So this is why Satan can't be seen. Okay, it's time for it to be seen. The power that he has to be seen in the flesh. So he has to switch it over to the beast. And that's why it says, and the beast is the name of a man. So showing you, and the reason why they saying that is because it's showing you it's coming out of the realm of the spirit. Now it's going to be the name of a man. Letting you know now that power that Satan gave from the spirit realm is coming to the flesh realm, where it's going to take its course to do the next level of what was prophesied. You see, you even heard it where, was it the Antichrist or the false prophet, where they, I think it's the beast might have been it too, where they're going to be lovers of men. They're not going to be lovers of women, but lovers of men. So when they do take these positions, that's why they're going to be able to support each other, because they're going to be lovers of men. So if it's a spiritual battle, you couldn't see them being lover of men. That shows you that the spiritual battle is coming to the flesh. That's why Satan is a spirit. He handed it over to the beast who's coming now to us in flesh. That's why it's time to rumble. Okay? It is time to rumble. Manifestation in the flesh. That's right. That's what he's doing. That's how he's going to do it. And that's how, and if you go to Revelation chapter, is it 20? No, is it 20? No, it's 19. I think it is. And it's sitting here telling you what the beast, the false prophet and the Antichrist, they go. Can you hear me now? Is there sound now? Give me a saying it to you all for quite some time. I've been saying it quite some period to the flesh realm. That's what they're going to do. Spirit. The battle, he said, we fight not against flesh and blood. They're going to bring it to. You're going to have the beast, the false prophet, and the Antichrist. They bring them in what? Living color. In flesh. See the realm of the spirit. How are they coming? How are in the realm of the spirit? How are they coming in flesh? Anybody know? What at? They coming in the flesh from the realm of the spirit. Witness. They're coming in the flesh from the realm of the spirit. Okay. So then you might not have many it's going in and out. It's probably needing charging. Uh 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 the things that's going to take place, and because see, we so used to it being a way that we can only see where the power of Satan is going to be handed over, because it's time to bring it wickedness to the forefront in the flesh. Okay, so when you hear all that and things that they're going to be doing, it's because the battle decided allow it to come to the forefront. Okay, so they too will be coming from the spiritual realm. That's right, to get ready to. That's why people are going to be like crazy, because in the flesh, you see, it's going to step out of the dark of the purge, like where I get that from is what it comes to me, and I'm like saying, well, wait a minute. And if you ever thought to read Matthew's 24, it's things coming natural, you all. So where is it coming from? The spiritual realm, the battle trying to pull in from the spirit realm to the natural. Why? It is written. It is written. Euphrates, something is coming up spiritual from underneath the ground. Rumble over on that end, because it got to take the lives of real life to get a rumble going so that it can take out a large number. And it's got to be over there where Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Israel. I don't think Russia going to play a role in it, but no, Russia can't play a role in it because it ain't gonna get that battle that's going to take all those lives. Now, but the spiritual realm is coming from out of the pit of hell. Euphrates is drying up. It's going to start the battle. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say you have to, because that's what make him the I am. He can do that. He good at that. You trying to go coming, and I know that being so this is their day that he's gonna allow them to do. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. You said fallen angels is coming out of the rivers, Euphrates River. Uh, they, yeah, some angels are coming from the bottomless pit, coming to start something. And that's something also we are going to listen to this. Going to start to see after the election. You're going to see what was set for, because those beasts, they got to come up. Y'all already said that he's going to dry up, and it's dried up, and he's going to bring the battle. It's y'all. Let's put it like that. And if it ain't the now, say for instance, if it was battle for the spirit, it wouldn't be on the land in the flesh. It says how many did they say that's gonna die, y'all? Oh, 30,000. That wasn't the spirit ones. They're gonna die in their spirit realm because they're gonna sleep, but they're gonna die in the flesh. It's coming onto the earth to delete. I think it's 30,000. That's why I know something right after the election, something's got to kick in because it take place. I appreciate, and I tell you what, I will be back. Um, I'll, it's going to take place, and that's the same thing with the United States. It's going to be right inside the United States. I think they're going to be to destroy it from the inside. Or they would send something to bomb. I really do. To bomb it so nobody come out of here. Yep. Because the land don't belong to the United States anymore. See. Out. That's what they're going to do. That's why I say if you ain't going to be the one that he pulled up out of here to go to Mount Zion. Because the war is coming in the flesh. The one that he said principality in high places, that's always been in Genesis. Genesis till you hit Revelation. Revelation said, put the brakes on. We're going to bring that thing to the flesh. Now the war, not now, but it's going to be. A lot of people, a lot of things going to happen. And that's why. So that's why I said to y'all about how this country look at the fact that, wait a minute, they bringing in migrants, immigrants in to delete them, to war with them, urge with them, to destroy, kill, and take the food and to take everything you grow and to take everything. That's they come into clean house. Let's do it like that. Well, what do you mean by that, Deborah? Revelation 18. He said it's going to become a habitation of what? Devils. Why devils? They spiritual. The battle is coming to flesh. Through the spirit realm, it's coming to flesh. That's why you see all these immigrants here. They come into war. They are the devils. Don't think United Snakes wasn't loaded with devils, but that's showing you how dangerous the battle is going to be. And it's going to be flesh on flesh. That's what it's going to be. That's why he said, you better hope you get out of here. He meant that. So I each and every last one of you all, my things are going out, and I'm so sorry. And I appreciate each and every last one of you. We'll be back. Shalom and shalom.